All right, hey everyone, Jeff here at stopthepirates.blogspot.com. It's Saturday, July 4th, Independence Day. Good for you. Here in California, they shut down the beaches again. It's funny, is this guy, Gavin Newsom, the governor, he shut down like all these wineries in 19 different counties, but he left his winery open. So that's how it works. It's a big club, and you and I ain't in it. The Vatican and your birth certificate. The Roman Catholic Church has a long history of tyranny and oppression, obviously. Because of the desire to control through their inquisitions, they decided they would create the first express trust called Unum Sanctum, which was written on a papal bull and placed in their vault. Actually, they write it on the skin of the back of a 10-year-old boy and then roll it up and put it in their vaults. On the papal bull, it says that all of the souls in the world belong to the Roman Catholic Church, and they do because no one has ever challenged their claim. Your birth certificate is the title of the soul that they own in their registries. They have registered you, and that is the title to your soul and to your body. See, the Roman Catholic Church, if you study these people, they have an exoteric side and an esoteric side. And that's the side that they show to the face of the world. And then what they do in their own inner chambers is they would be considered, I guess, satanic or Luciferian. But it's like if you go into a modern day Catholic church, they have the Mass and the sacrament, which is, they practice drinking the blood. That's not blood, it's wine, and eating the flesh. Now, in their inner sanctum, when they have their masses, their black masses or whatever, they actually drink blood and eat real flesh. So it's not like a mockery like that. And they do. I won't get into it, but the horrific stuff. And anyway. They figure the Pope is what they call the vicar of Christ, because Jesus isn't here right now, so someone's got to take charge, so they figure they'll do it. The only problem I have with the whole Jesus thing is that it's the only out that they give us. Do you know what I mean? It's already there for you. They go, here's your black book, and you're supposed to just go, oh, okay, so if I want salvation and I want to vicarious atonement through Jesus Christ, I have to go this route. And but me personally, I think it's more within, because even, I don't know what the Bible verse is, but Jesus said, all these things I can do, you can do too. And so that makes sense to me. The Inquisition began because people were waking up to the tyranny and oppression of the Roman Catholic Church in the early 1300s. Not too dissimilar to what's happening today. The Roman Catholic Church killed these people due to their need to control humanity. 200 years later, during the Renaissance, the Hermetica was written, which is where the Bible draws all of its inspiration from. This knowledge was also suppressed by the Roman Catholic Church. They have thousands and thousands of years of all of this knowledge of slave driving techniques and how to handle their debt slaves. And that's another thing too, I've proven it. We were all born, if you're a US citizen, we're born into bondage. We're debt slaves. Literally bonds placed on the amount of money that we're going to earn for them over our lifetime, and they take out loans against them. And they enforce it with guns. And then I'm supposed to they're going to tell me I'm a sinner because I was born into this reality, and I have to repent to Jesus in order to get to heaven. It's like, fuck. And then the other story is, well, Jesus, he's going to come back after all this apocalypse, and he's coming back, and he's going to rule and reign for 1,000 years. I mean, what's that going to look like? He's going to be the king, Lord Jesus, king. I don't want to live under a fucking king. I don't like that. I just want to be free. If there's bad people in the world, I can handle it. I'll just, do my own thing and fight evil when it needs to be fought. So in 325 AD, the Emperor Constantine the Great made a donation to his Pope Sylvester, saying St. Peter is the apostle of Jesus, of whom Jesus gave the kingdom of earth to. Therefore, we are going to claim taxes. We are going to pay taxes to Rome, the Khazarian and Venetian black nobility, elite families, based on a fictional document from Constantine. And it's really, when you look into it, I mean, from what I understand, it's literally the pharaohs from Egypt. They're still here. And they're these elite families, and their home base is in Switzerland. Because of a decree written by Pope Nicholas V in 1455, the Roman Catholic Church owns everything. Yeah, they just looked around and said, hey, no one else is, we've kicked everybody else's asses, so we own the world, we own the earth and everything in it. Put it on a papal bull, stash it in the vaults. No one's ever challenged it. They own everything, even what you think is you might own, such as your car, your house, pair of shoes you're wearing, and belongs to the Roman Catholic Church in their twisted mind. We can thank Pope Gregory for the current Gregorian calendar, which rearranged the previous Julian calendar to match the pagan holidays that Roman Catholic Church claims as Christian holidays. The Gregorian calendar also conveniently has a correlation with the Mayan calendar. They only control the persona, not the living, breathing, flesh and blood man or woman. They have absconded with nearly all of our rights. From the moment you are born to the moment you transit this frequency, they only acknowledge the mother, excuse me, as she signs Schedule 1 of the birth certificate in upper and lower case, i.e. John Smith. He is registered in birth, deaths, and marriages, which is the state. They declare the baby dead and appoint the parents' guardians as administrators until the child reaches maturity. You're the parents, the pair that rents, because you don't own your child. The state owns it, and the Roman Catholic Church. They hold the paperwork. And people are saying now, well, I'm just going to homeschool my kid. Well, you just can't do that, or I'm just not going to let him get the vaccine or any vaccines. Now there's 70 or 80 of them. Lost track. But you can't, because it's not your kid. You're just the pair that rents. You're the guardians. The parents have 30 to 60 days to declare the child lives. Otherwise, the courts take over as administrator for the trust, and you have to study trustee law, and then you kind of figure it out. They say the state takes out a loan against you, which is what they want your taxes to pay off. Being now among the living dead, you have in all capital letters, driver's license, passport, credit card, bank card, everything. You all have money being administered by the state, which runs into millions, and the only way you can access it is through illegal aid. And it's all fines, which are artificial. They create to fleece you. And on a tombstone, your name is in all capital letters. Legally, we're considered to be dead. That's why you go into court, you have to appear, and then you can't speak for yourself. You have to have an intermediary. And you're speaking babble. You're not even speaking the right language. The same story is in The Wizard of Oz. The bailiff is going to steal the farm. You have the Tin Man, who represents a tax identification number. You have the Straw Man, which represents your all capital letters artificial person looking to live in the cowardly lion who has to become educated and fight the system to regain his rights. It's an interesting book, Christ Conspiracy. Which kind of explains it. The metaphor of Jesus and the 12 apostles is Jesus represents the sun, the literal sun, and this is pagan, I guess. And the 12 apostles represent the zodiac, which he walks through. He walks around with. The Christian masses, of course, are repeatedly taught to reject all forms of astrology or stargazing as the work of the devil, and any number of biblical tests are held up to assert that astrology is an evil to be avoided at all costs. This animosity towards studying the heavenly bodies and their interrelationships is in reality propaganda designed to prevent people from finding out the truth about the Bible, which is that it is loaded with astrological imagery, as evidenced by the fact that the Hebrew gods were in large part celestial bodies. The Bible is, in actuality, basically an astrological text, a reflection of what has been occurring in the heavens for millennia, localized and historicized on earth. This fact is further confirmed by numerous biblical passages concerning the influence of the heavenly bodies, but it also becomes clear through exegesis of the text of an informed perspective. Although the Catholic Church has fervently discouraged stargazing by its flock, so frightened in the fact were the people of the Church's wrath in regard to astrology that sailors would not even look up at the stars, a habit crucial for their occupation. The truth is that the Church has been a longtime practitioner of astrology. They have like a I don't know, it's called Satan, or somewhere in Arizona they have one of these big telescopes. It's called Lucifer, I think, or something. That's all they do is look at the stars. And that's where you see what's happening in the world right now is all these celestial sun things are happening, and big blood moons, and it's like today is a blood moon. Many of the church hierarchy have not only looked to the stars, but have been regular secret adepts of the same magical arts widely practiced by pagans, but publicly condemned by the Christians. See, they just it's just another control system. Anyway, I have more information about the Vatican, and I'll leave a link down below. And basically, they have 3 trusts, and that's how they control the world. But they're actually owned by elite families, which, from my understanding, are the literal pharaohs from Egypt. They're still around. Go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com. Hey, have a great 4th of July out there. You know, if you're going to stay home, and you can't go to the beach, but you can go, if you want, to protest, because that's fine. You actually lower the virus rate if you go to a protest. But if you're at home in your backyard, then you're gonna exacerbate the situation with more COVID deaths. Now, for every COVID, they find that someone tests positive, and it has a 50% false positive rate, 50 to 80%. They add 15 more people. They say, well, because you're around at least 15 to 30 people, so they'll add that too. That's why there's such an explosion in the testing. It's all bullshit. I mean, we all have these bonds placed on us, and when they eliminate the debtor, they eliminate the debt. And they're actually going to do that because they took away half the people's jobs. I mean, what are we going to do if we can't be good slaves anymore and pay our taxes? You think they're just going to let us hang out here in their houses and on their land and live on the street? Nope. Go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com. Thanks.